Ellen said, and I'm quoting, "I don't know, Rosie. We're not friends."
Nobody expected Rosie O'Donnell to say it this bluntly. Not after all these years. Not after the headlines faded. And definitely not after Ellen quietly stepped away from someone simply choosing retirement. Because for a long time, that's how the story was framed, that a powerful woman ends her legendary run, that a public figure gets tired of the spotlight.
I want to thank my staff and my crew once again, but most importantly, I want to thank Mary, Andy, and Craig. You surrounded me with so much love and so much support. You nurtured me, and you found a way to make me shine brighter than I could do it by myself. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I feel the love, and I send it back to you. Bye.
A celebrity decides it's finally time for peace to simple at least. That's what people were told. But sometimes the official ending of a story feels a little too clean. And when something feels too polished, people start looking for what got edited out. Rosie didn't come forward with flashing sirens or wild accusations that IT was quieter than that. More like someone who had spent years inside the machine finally acknowledging that what the public saw wasn't always what was real.
Let's just all fucking go back to 2017 where I was the first person to call Ellen out, all right? Before anyone fucking else
You
did.
called her out?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I called her out. I was like, Ellen's not that fucking nice.
This was after you went on the show?
After I went on the show, and the world fucking blew up about it and was like so mad at me about it, and then someone else said it, and then it was like, oh my God, Ellen's not nice. Yeah. Oh, okay.
But, you know, I said the day it came out, look at this, the Queen of Nice. In a couple of years, it's going to be the Queen of Lice, the Queen of Fried Rice, you know, the Queen of we don't like her anymore.
What, Ellen?
Ellen was like really weird and not nice to me for most of my career, and like because I opened for her in the 1980s.
Oh, you did?
When she was a headliner in comedy clubs, and not way before her big fame.
And that's when people started revisiting everything. Not just Ellen's final season, not just the workplace allegations, but the entire carefully built identity that had defined her for decades. Because Ellen wasn't just famous, she was branded. For years, she wasn't sold as another celebrity. She was a kind one, the smiling face. The dancing host. The woman giving away gifts while reminding people to be better humans. That image became so powerful that people stopped seeing it as branding and started seeing it as truth. But history has a funny way of exposing what branding can't protect forever. Think about it like this. Imagine you go to the same restaurant every week for 20 years. The service is amazing. The owner greets you by name. Everything feels perfect. Then one day, former employees start talking, not about one bad shift, but about years of chaos in the kitchen, fear, mistreatment of a version of the place customers never saw. Suddenly, every good memory feels different. Not fake, but incomplete. And that's what made Ellen's unraveling so fascinating to people. IT wasn't one accusation. IT was collision between image and contradiction. When former staff described toxic workplace behavior, the public reaction wasn't just outrage, it was confusion.
And if I've ever let someone down, if I've ever hurt their feelings, I am so sorry for that.
I felt Ellen was not taking responsibility at all. She was sugarcoating it.
How could someone whose empire was built on kindness be connected to something so different behind the scenes? And once that question entered the public conversation, everything changed, because once people begin questioning the mask, they start re-examining the face. Old interviews got replayed. Awkward celebrity interactions resurfaced. Jokes that once seemed harmless suddenly felt colder. And that's how perception shifts. Not all at once, but piece by piece. Like hearing one strange story about a neighbor, then suddenly remembering all the odd little things you ignored before. Rosie's perspective hit differently because she wasn't just another internet commentator. She had lived in that same world. She understood daytime fame, public image, industry politics.
Welcome to our very last show. I walked out here 19 years ago and I said that this is the start of a relationship. And today is not the end of a relationship. It's more of a little break. It's you can see other talk shows now. And I may see another audience once in a while.
She knew what it meant to balance likability with power. And when someone from inside that ecosystem hints that the public story may have been oversimplified, people listen. Not because it proves conspiracy, but because it reminds us how entertainment really works. Hollywood has always been a town built on presentation. Image is currency, and sometimes the brighter the image, the more aggressively it has to be protected. That doesn't automatically mean scandal, but it does mean audiences should understand something important. Public personas are often constructed the same way corporations build brands. Carefully, strategically, repeatedly.
I want to start doing my new show as soon as possible because it's really for people who are stuck at home, and especially my staff and crew. I love them, I miss them, and the best thing I can do to support them is to keep the show on the air.
And repetition is powerful. The millions of people here be kind long enough, eventually, they stop asking whether kindness is a slogan or a reality. That's why major celebrity downfalls rarely feel like normal scandals. They feel like identity crises. Because fans aren't just reacting to bad press, they're reacting to the terrifying possibility that they emotionally invested in a version of someone that may never have fully existed. And that discomfort creates obsession. People start connecting timelines, relationships, career moves, disappearances from public life. Sometimes fairly, sometimes unfairly, because when trust breaks, speculation rushes in to fill the silent. That's human nature. We hate unanswered questions that a sudden career ending, that a move overseas, old friendships fading. Former insiders speaking carefully instead of clearly to the public. Those details can start looking like puzzle pieces. And whether those puzzle pieces actually fit or not, the perception alone becomes a new story. That may be the most important part of all this. In modern fame, perception can become more powerful than facts. Once audiences believe there's more beneath the surface, every choice looks suspicious. Retirement becomes retreat. Privacy becomes secrecy. Distance becomes guilt. And maybe that unfair, or maybe it's the inevitable cost of building a public identity so polished that people forget you're human until the cracks show. Because no one, no matter how famous, can perfectly maintain a manufactured image forever. Eventually, pressure exposes something. Maybe hypocrisy, maybe exhaustion, maybe mismanagement, but something always gives. And when it does, the fall is often measured not by what happened, but by how different reality feels from the promise people bought into. That's why this story keeps resurfacing. Not because people are obsessed with one talk show host, but because it taps into something much bigger. How many public figures are selling authenticity while carefully curating perception? How often do audiences confuse familiarity with character? And how many massive reputations are built less on who someone truly is and more on what millions were encouraged to believe? Because the truth is, celebrity culture has always been part performance. The real danger begins when performance becomes identity and identity becomes untouchable, until one day it isn't. And maybe Rosie's comments mattered less because of what she specifically said, and more because they reopened a question people thought had already been answered. Was Ellen's ending really just burnout, or was it the final chapter of something the public never fully understood?